New this morning on Daybreak, Moderna is applying for full approval from the FDA for its COVID-19 vaccine, and Pfizer submitted an application at the beginning of May.
Johnson & Johnson is still authorized for emergency use. KIMT News 3's Madeline Watkins joins us live this morning to tell us what it takes to get that full approval. Good morning, Madeline.
Good morning, Brooke and Tyler. The COVID-19 vaccine can become fully approved by the FDA after about 6 months once it was granted that emergency use authorization, and of course after the shot proves its efficacy. So in order for these vaccine makers to receive that emergency use authorization in the first place, an intense trial had to be conducted. And with any vaccine, they all have to follow the same testing process. Olmsted County Public Health Director Graham Briggs tells me the typical drug takes longer than a decade to become fully approved after its inception, which is why some people have concerns about how early and quick the COVID-19 vaccine was created. But Briggs says there were no corners cut.
It doesn't change the drugs at all. It just means that the drugs that we already made work. And so now they're sitting there in a warehouse. We're ready to use them. And that is very different than what we normally do in this field, although the steps are really the same. It's just we shortened it up a lot and took a large financial risk to do it.
Once the COVID-19 vaccines are fully approved by the FDA, Briggs anticipates that it'll help with vaccine hesitancy in the future, but he says that it could take months for that to happen. Live in Rochester, Madeline Watkins, KIMT News 3.
All right, Madeline, thank you very much. Now, because the vaccines were authorized for emergency use, they cannot be used once COVID-19 is no longer deemed a public health emergency. However, full approval of the COVID-19 vaccines will allow the manufacturers to keep the shots on the market well after the pandemic ends.